Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Would you please join me as we pray? Dear Father, we thank you for this evening's opportunity to recognize these great people for their outstanding achievements in Cyber Patriot, Oklahoma Cup, and Stellar Explorers. Thank you for watching over us as we travel to this great location. We ask that you bless the food we will eat and that it nourishes our body as you nourish our hearts. We ask that you continue your watchful hand over the adults in this room as they continue to fulfill their duties as coaches, mentors, and civic leaders. We ask that you continue to fill the hearts of these competitors as they continue their educational journey, preparing them for great achievements in their future. Finally, watch over all of us as we head back home so we can arrive safely, allowing you to continue to fulfill the callings that you have placed in our hearts. Amen. Please be seated. All right. I was a junior ROTC instructor for 13 years, and the cadets always told me it was always about the food. So it's time to eat. All right? And then when we're done eating, we'll go ahead and press on with our guest speaker and the award presentations. So if we could have this table go ahead and start. We go out that way, turn left, get your food, and come on back, and then we'll just go. Don't need to stand in line all the way back to your chair, but when it's open, go ahead and go. and get a little bit more, feel finishing up. If you need anything else, some drink, some dessert, anything to get you through the night, go ahead and get it done. And all that. So if we could just do a thanks to all the family members. Today we're honored to have as our guest speaker the Attorney General of Oklahoma, Gettner Drummond. Gettner Drummond is a seventh-generation Oklahoman with nearly 30 years of legal experience, including work as an assistant district attorney and founding his own law firm. In addition to his legal career, Mr. Drummond is a longtime rancher, banker, and businessman. He is a U.S. Air Force veteran and among the most decorated Oklahomans to serve in the Persian Gulf War. In January 2023, Mr. Drummond was sworn in as Oklahoma's 20th Attorney General. Since taking office, he has prioritized combating crime, ensuring government transparency, and improving tribal relations. Ladies and gentlemen, my honor to present to you our Attorney General.
Thank you, Walter. I've got a hot mic. All right, great. It's a great honor to be here, and I will tell you, in my role as Attorney General and as a candidate for governor, I go around the state all the time. I try to always drop into every career tech as I go, and I've been at Central Tech in the past, and Kent Burris and team provide remarkable services, and to all of our videographers and comms and photographers, good work today, and keep it up. To the young people, what you're getting to experience is real world. And I'm so proud of you. And I like seeing the blue uniforms, and I noticed a few black uniforms in the crowd. For those of you that are in the junior ROTC program, congratulations to all of you, all the students. What you are experiencing will have application the rest of your life. It is real world today, and just in our world. Wendy and I own several companies, and I'm just thinking of the future employment opportunities for every young person in this room. You can clearly go into the military, where we know how to break things in the military, but what we don't know and what we're evolving at all times is the cybersecurity side of breaking things. And you guys are going to be impactful in the future of our military. For you going into any degree of commerce, and I don't even care if it's auto mechanic, right? Certainly in banking, we have a bank in Cushing, and even a little drive-through right there, Wendy. I don't know if you saw that coming in, the drum right. But in banking, the traditional threat was credit quality. And bankers would stay up at night worrying about the ability of their borrowers to pay back their loans. That's not the problem anymore, folks. The problem is those cybersecurity attacks that we get from foreign nations that come in and do great harm to our state. Just last week, my office in the Attorney General's office was engaged by the OMES in the state of Oklahoma to investigate the Oklahoma Tax Commission cybersecurity attack, and it wasn't just a smash and break one day real quick, with smart guys. It was an 18-month delayed hack. Over 18 months, really smart, bad people invaded our personal data, our tax return data in the state of Oklahoma, debilitating the system and doing horrible things to us. So tonight we celebrate you. We celebrate you for your communication skills, for your technical skills, for your problem-solving skills, and for your confidence under pressure. And that can't be overstated. Just recently, we had a cyber attack at our bank, and I can after the fact, we got the debrief from our chief IT officer and our chief information security officer. And those guys had to react instantaneously under pressure to avert the attack that saved a debilitating attack on the banking infrastructure of Oklahoma. And it likens to my experience in the military. And I have to just step back one step because I'm talking to some young people in a words of encouragement. Whenever I was a 14-year-old, and I know we have middle schoolers here and high schoolers and graduates. When I was a 14-year-old, my grandfather sat me down and he said, I want you to make me 2 promises. I want you to go serve in the military, because none of us have. We're a cattle ranching family. If you're a rancher, you don't get drafted. And so go serve in the military, and I did. And then when all your kids are grown, I want you to come back and serve the state. And it really put me on this life's objective of service. And along that way, as I mentioned, the military came about. And the cybersecurity and the intel and the computer skills necessary in modern military fighting capacity cannot be understated. And that has real-world application, not just in the military, but on our space forces, for you guys that are looking into the Air Force and the Space Force, and across all fields of industry. Even in the 1980s and 90s, whenever I was a pilot, it was so very, very important, even back then, and it was in its infancy. And back in those days, it was a one-off, but today it is every part of our day. Whether you're in business, whether you're in the military, whether you're at home, Cybersecurity is there. And the bad people are looking for those opportunities to exploit us. And they're satisfied exploiting this. And we collaborate in my Attorney General's office with the Secret Service. So when you have a data breach and you've been injured or you're being held hostage, typically that is routed through the Attorney General's office. We immediately collaborate with our FBI partners, and they bring in Secret Service. And if we can get a report within 45 minutes to 2 hours and relay that to the FBI and the Secret Service in Oklahoma, we have the ability to track that money and retrieve that money even from foreign sources. It is remarkable the amount of opportunity for young people in this area. So I want to encourage you, if you're here just because it's intriguing and you want to be part of the cool kids with smart brains, that's awesome, but it's got real life application, and it does make me think of the value of career tech. Back when my generation was in high school, we had shop, and we don't have shop anymore, so we don't have that stimulation to think about the trades and working with our hands. But what you are in is the new tech, high tech trade area. Many of you will be able to go right from high school into a job that will pay you well for the cybersecurity skills that you're developing. If you go through career tech, that will make you even more valuable. And even after going through career tech, if you continue to have that application and hunger to do more and more and more, then you go on and get that engineering degree. So your future is bright. And to the parents in the room, thank you for enabling and supporting your children doing this. It's so important to the young people. I encourage you to stay focused on these hard things because they will open up unlimited opportunities as you get older. I do want to share with you some of my, I want to share with you a story from my military past that will kind of help me make a point as I close up my remarks. Whenever I was a fighter pilot, flew the F-15 for 8 years, grew up just north of here in Hominy at Osage County. So for you folks that live in the Cushing Drum Ride area, we're just right up Highway 99. And fulfilling that promise of my grandfather, I went to flight school. I had never flown before. And I can remember being in flight school, and I had a Norwegian instructor. I wasn't doing so well, and he said, "You grew up on a cattle ranch?" I go, "Yes." He goes, "Well, just fly a jet like you ride a horse." And he said, "If it squeals, pull back on the gas or let loose of the stick. If it buffets, then add gas and don't pull any more G on it." And it worked out, and I graduated at the top of my class. I got to fly the F-15 for 8 years, and it culminated in the Gulf War. I can remember as my abilities increased, and back then they were very, to be a fighter pilot, single-seat fighter pilot, you had to have technical skills. And I now look at you guys across this room, and it would be just like flying a computer game that you probably have programmed on your computer. But back in my day, it was pretty edgy technology. And I remember as we were preparing to have that first mission of the Gulf War, I was picked to be one of those mission commanders. We had 4 strike packages the very first minute of the Gulf War, and I got to lead one of them. It's just my time, right place, right time. And I remember as I crossed the border from Saudi Arabia into Iraq, had my 4 F-15s, had 48 fighter bombers behind me, and we were met immediately with a barrage of anti-aircraft artillery and scores of surface-to-air missiles. We had MiG-29s launched against us from Baghdad. We defeated, destroyed, and pushed back everything in our way, delivering the strike package into Baghdad. And they delivered their bombs, and as they came off, and it was crazy in that area, there were lots of people shooting at everybody, and as they came off, my number 3 and 4 man led them towards safety, and I stayed on the target areas, the mission commander, until the last pilot was off, and then I followed them and provided the rear guard as we headed back towards Saudi Arabia and safety. And as we were getting closer to Saudi Arabia, I was ordered to go north. Wheeled my jet back around and pointed back toward Baghdad. I was targeted on a bandit about 100 miles away, and with my very stealthy F-15 back in 1991, I could reach out with that radar and find that little bitty fighter jet at 100 miles, locked on him, and I was told, I called out his heading, airspeed, altitude, and his range, and the controller said, "That's your bandit, you're cleared to kill." And for a fighter pilot, cleared to kill means I didn't have to worry about identifying him. I could run my best intercept. Based on my speed and altitude, I was at 1.3 Mach, 32,000 feet. I knew that my missile, I could shoot at 45 miles. I knew that he'd blow up at 25 miles. Based on his altitude of 5,000 feet and his speed, I knew he could shoot me at about 12 to 15 miles, and I'd blow up at about 8 miles. So applying my Hominy High School math, I knew that he would be dead before he could shoot me. So I felt very safe. I was running that intercept. I remember breaking lock on that radar contact and looking all over the sky from 70,000 feet down to 0 and 120 degrees left and right, and I found no other jet in the sky. Didn't make sense. I was convinced that guy had to have been a decoy, and there was somebody coming in from high altitude to kill me. Nobody there. As I re-engaged him, my brain caught up with the jet, and I realized this has got to be a friendly. He's got to be from my strike package. And in the heat of battle in the target area, being shot at, he went north to evade, went several miles and realized, oh my, I'm going the wrong direction, turned around and came south. So I told my wingman, hey, we're not going to shoot him. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to run an intercept. You drop back 10 miles. If he pulls his nose up, I want you to kill him. Right? Nose up, he's going to launch a missile at me. You kill him, I'll evade. But I think he's a friendly. So as I ran the intercept, I didn't shoot at 45 miles. And the controller said, confirm missiles away. And I said, negative. I'm not shooting him. He's a good guy. I was immediately ordered to kill. A few minutes later, seconds later, a voice changed, and I was ordered a second time to kill. And then the voice changed a third time, authenticating himself as the one-star general in charge of the air war, ordering me to kill. I disobeyed 3 direct orders. I ran the intercept. The pilot never flinched. He had a radar warning system, right? Modern fighters had those. He knew an F-15 was on him, and if he flinched, he'd die, and didn't. I rolled up beside him. He was a Saudi Tornado pilot. He got on my wing. We came home. We landed at the same air base. He gave me a formal bow. He went east. I went west. And when I pulled into my chocks, I was met by the military police, which I thought was appropriate, right? A mission commander, first night of the Gulf War, they should escort me in. They were there to arrest me. And I can remember being led in my handcuffs, thinking this is not the way it's supposed to end today. And I did the right thing. I knew that eventually the fog of war would clear and they'd figure out it was the right thing. Fortunately for me, the guy I didn't kill told his commander, who told his commander. It came up and across the U.S. side and down. And by the time I reached the ready room with the military police, I was met by a 3-star general officer who said, take off his handcuffs, give him a Distinguished Flying Cross. He didn't kill the Saudi prince. Now, I share that story for you for many reasons. One, it involved a lot of technology, and it involved real-time decision-making, right? That's what you're being trained for right now in this competition. Using the technology available to you to make the right decision. And what I illustrated for you in that story has, had I not used the technology available to me, I would have certainly killed him. And 2, I would have certainly not had the ability to make the right decision. So what you do is real time. Now, I will also tell you another takeaway from that story is, and this is important to the young people in the room and the adults, we have been raised in Oklahoma with certain core values. We are taught by our parents, grandparents, our educators, our faith leaders, and that is to do the right thing regardless of the cost. That night in the Gulf War, I did the right thing, regardless of the cost. I put myself in harm's way and did the right thing. And for that, I was awarded. And it was a lovely award to have. I will tell you, the rest of the Gulf War, I was untouchable. They gave me all the cool missions. If the president came into the theater, I escorted him on Air Force One. If there was a general officer that needed to be transported, I was his escort in the F-15 to make sure he got in the right place at the right time. But it was a great opportunity. And it brings me back to why you are here tonight. Cybersecurity, technology, they are not theory. They are real world, and you are living in that real world. You are here as our future. You are here as our future defenders. You are here as our future problem solvers, and you are here as our future leaders. You should take pride in what you're accomplishing, the fact that you're competing, even if you didn't win. You're competing and you're learning. And I will tell you this, as a parent of 6 and the grandparent of 7, and as one who's walked many miles in this world, do not expect to win every time you compete. You may look at your parents and leaders in the community and go, that guy's never failed. That guy's never lost. I can promise you, the leaders among you, the people that you look at and admire, have lost hundreds and hundreds of times. But I look at every loss every time I don't achieve a victory is an opportunity to learn and to improve. And not to make it a sports analogy, but it's easy to make it this way, and that is, on the football field, we know we have to go 10 yards for first and 10. And I look at life as increments of 3.5 yards. So if every day you just move forward 3.5 yards, at the end of that third day, you're going to have a first and 10 and you get to advance. Don't look for that long pass and that glorious win. Now, we're going to have winners tonight, right? And congratulations to the winners. But tomorrow you may not be that winner. But you cannot be discouraged, because our future is dependent on you. You are the generation of hope. You are why our teachers and professors and our leaders are here to support you and uplift you and give you example and encouragement. And in this state, we need you. You're talented. You're going to have people in Texas whisper in your ear and say, come to us, or Arkansas or Kansas. Don't do it. You stay right here, because there's lots and lots of opportunity to lead and be an example and to make our state everything that it should be. So for tonight, congratulations. I'm so very, very proud of you, and I'm honored to be among you. Thank you for this time.
Sir, thank you very much. We'd like to give you one of the Oklahoma Cup coins.
Oh, my goodness. Lovely. Thank you.
And then one of our state AFA coins.
So I'll have to trade you.
All right.
Hey,
Very good, sir.
Attorney General. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so what we're going to do, he has to leave here, so he's not going to be able to be here for the awards, but he does want to meet every student and every coach and every mentor. So if we could have every student, coach, mentor come up to the stage and get on the stage, we'll get a group picture. You can say hi to him, shake his hand. Maybe the future governor. Don't want to get political, but it just comes out.
Go to the black slide. Go to the black slide. tell them that we'll stage over here.
Okay, well, let's,
So as we call the team, stage over here, then they'll come up on stage.
it'll be
They'll go take photo.
three, two, and one. They know who they are. Yep, stage.
It'll be on the projector too. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the awards. First, we'd like to recognize the high school Cyber Patriot teams and their coaches. So before we do that, if I remember correctly, there were 5,000 Cyber Patriot teams this year. Is that about right? Anybody know that information? Right around there? Okay. So that's a lot. And does anybody know how many were in Oklahoma, Cyber Patriot teams? In the past, it's been like 30, 35 teams or so in each category. So this is a great achievement. So what we want is when we, like now, I said, okay, the high school Cyber Patriot teams, and we will start with the third place, and second place, and first place. So we would like to have the third place team, which is Corbin Allen and Bob Morton from Tulsa Technology Center Cyber Chicken Specials. That's what it says, I don't know. Go over that way and stage and get ready. And then once they get going, then the second place team will call that up. All right. All right, so the third place team, Corbin Allen and Bob Morton, Tulsa Technology Center. You go right here, and you go down the line. There you go.
Alrighty. So we couldn't get everyone here today. A lot of them are working, but we have Paul Holmes, Jonathan Wiggs, and Logan Schneider filling a spot as well. But they did great. They all learned a lot. They're excited to do some more next year. So we're really proud of them, and we're excited to see what else they can do in the cyber journey.
Those are your two other ones, right? And you got the plaque, All right, we got a picture. Wait a second. There we go. One picture. All right, picture's good. Wait a second. We got our AD guy. Good, all right. All right. So now we go to second place, Sandy Teal, Middell Technology Center, the Chug Jugs. Go on over that way, go on over this way. Yep.
My name is Sandy Teal, and we have senior Birch Baker, and he brought on the juniors Carter Manning, Andrew Gamboa, Aiden Proctor Martinez, and Landon Brim couldn't make it tonight.
And for high school Cyber Patriot, first place, Nick Gott, Central Technology Cyber Slackers.
So not appearing is Cooper Osborne. We have Jacob Estes, Jeffrey Gonzalez, Gavin Howe, Garrett Parks, and Wyatt Johnson.
All right, now we'd like to recognize the Cyber Patriot all-service teams and their coaches. Third place, Michael White, Putnam City West High School. True Patriot Team 1. Third place.
Lieutenant Colonel Thomas. Major White is our second cyber instructor. He was the coach for this particular team that finished third, and he is actually back at the school getting ready for our awards banquet that's tomorrow night. So he asked me to stand in for him today. And Linda Muncie is our team captain, and Annika Rodriguez helped her out. We had 3 other team members, Sebastian Munoz, Candy Medina, and Joseph Dudka, and they all did an outstanding job. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's do this. Okay, second place,
Well, go ahead.
oh, sorry.
No.
All Service Division is my team. Robert Sandine, Riley Robertson, Addison Elsie, and Sean Casey. Sean couldn't be here tonight, but Robert, Riley, Addison are all here. Come on up. also had the first place team for all service division. Drake Woolery, the team captain, Dash Woolery, Darren Hillman, Isaac Bishop, and Stephen Tierra. And Stephen could not be with us tonight.
Okay, now we're going to move on to the middle school teams and their coaches. Let's see. Colonel Thomas. Well, I'm sitting down.
All right, so Major White and I put a lot of emphasis on this year, and we went to our middle schools, our feeder middle schools, and we recruited 2 teams from each of our feeder middle schools, Mayfield Middle School and Western Oaks Middle School. The third place team for Cyber Patriot is from, sorry, it says Western Oaks, but it's actually Mayfield. Eric Dixon, Jasmine Gomez, and Zoe Smith, and none of them could be here tonight. Where's our camera, Robert? Over here. Okay, there we go. I see your name. Well, nope. Got my official photographer. She got that rank for a reason. Awesome, thank you. All right. Major White had the second place team from Western Oaks, Ava Best, Ava Cantwell, Cleotis Dupree, and Keenan Flores. Ava, Keenan, come on up. I'm sorry, that was the first place. Now I'm confused. First place middle school. Did I introduce them too early?
Let's see here.
I think I did.
Who do you want to do?
Well, the guys that were just up here were the second place team.
Correct.
And,
Those, yeah.
okay, the cards are mixed up here. It's, all right, that's okay. I brought my own notes. Because I have to be very well organized to keep track of these kids. The first place team for Cyber Patriot was Jasmine Gomez, Zoe Smith, Eric Dixon. Second place Cyber Patriot
that's
was
what we
Ava.
have.
Ava.
That's first place.
Right.
Oh, third.
Well, they were third place in OK Cup. I think that's where some of the confusion comes. And third place Third place in Cyber Patriot is actually Jillian Martin, Liana Malali, Santonio Crandell, and Gianelli Padron. Come on up, Jillian. Jillian was the team captain for the third place. Because we're going to kind of shuffle the deck for OK Cup for the middle school teams. Third place Cyber Patriot. Third place. Yeah. We brought all of our certificates with us so we could show them off for the team photos also. Okay, thank you.
All right. Some of the Cyber Patriot ones get messed up, right?
Yeah, we'll have to switch it out at the end.
Okay, before we move on and forget, it looks like we gave the wrong plaques to the wrong people, per se. Am I correct? We got the first, second, and third rights, but service division compared to,
It's all the same people on the plaque, it'll be okay.
it is?
Handed out 2/3.
Two-thirds, okay.
Yeah, so we'll have to switch out for the first ones.
Okay? All right, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right, now we're moving on to Oklahoma Cup. Okay, from what I was told, there was 94 teams in Oklahoma Cup, 30 coaches, and 430 students. So that's a big number. That's larger than last year, I believe. So we're going to recognize the winners for Oklahoma Cup. And this is the high school Oklahoma Cup. So third place is Nick Gaunt, Central Oklahoma Central Technology Center, drum right number 11.
So this is the Cyber Slackers Take 2. Still not being shown, Cooper Osborne, Jacob Estes, Jeffrey Gonzalez, Gavin Howe, Garrett Parks, and Wyatt Johnson.
All right, second place is Nick again, Central Technology Center, drum right, number 12. All right, second place.
All right, I think this team wanted to not be the Slackers. wrong tag. You go back one. Go backwards. So we have Brantley Dobson, Ian McCormick, Noah Mendoza, Jesse Reinhardt, Phoenix Simmons, and Cambria Ritter.
All right, now we got, for the Oklahoma Cup High School first place, Sandy Teal, Middell Technology Center, MDT 11. Sandy Teal, there we go.
This is my senior Birch Baker, junior Andrew Gamboa, senior Jocelyn Laughlin, junior Carter Manning, senior Adrian Williams.
Okay, we're still in Oklahoma Cup, and we're doing post-secondary teams and their coaches. Third place is Corbin Allen and Bob Morton from Tulsa Tech, Riverside.
Alrighty. Well, one of the blessings and curses of having adult students is they get jobs and they're making it tax money for us. So, but I would like to honor Michael, Lucien, Zach Steele, and Braden. They made a really great team. So sorry they couldn't be here, but right now they are currently working in cybersecurity, making some dreams happen. So.
All right, Corbin is again now at second place, Tulsa Tech, Riverside, number 27. And it looks like we got somebody. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got one this time. So Alejandro, Nick, Cody, Brody, Zach, and of course Logan Schneider did a great job. We're happy second place, and once the most of them are working, they're doing great for our economy as well. So good job, everyone.
All right, and we'll now go to first place, Nick with Central Technology Center, number 21.
All right, so this is my adult team. Dylan Chopic, Beverly Hughes, Mason Watkins, Emma Wells.
All right, now we're moving on to Oklahoma Cup middle school teams and their coaches. Third place, we got Colonel Thomas with Mayfield Middle School, number 1.
All right, so third place OK Cup, Mayfield Middle School was Jasmine Gomez, Zoe Smith, and Eric Dixon, and they couldn't be here tonight, but I would like for you to recognize them.
All right, second place, Corbin Allen and Bob Morton, Tulsa Tech, Riverside, number 27. Nope, sorry, am I on the wrong? Oh, sorry. That's what I get for thinking. Colonel, you should have told me to sit down.
I'm sorry. Second place middle school team is my team from Western Oaks, Jillian Martin, Liana Malali, Santonio Crandell, and Gianelli Padron.
All right, first place is Michael White, Putnam City West Middle School.
Somehow we got the team number mixed up. It's actually Major White's Western Oaks middle school team.
Okay.
And it is Ava Cantwell, Ava Best, Cleotis Dupree, and Keenan Flores. Thank you very much.
right, now we're moving over to Stellar Explorers. And this is about the 10th year, I believe, for Stellar Explorers. And this time they had about 500 teams for Stellar Explorers. We'll be recognizing the top 3 Stellar Explorer teams in Oklahoma after 3 rounds of competition, a rookie team, and a national qualifying team. The first one for, let's see here. Well, the rookie team, that's what it is. The rookie team is from Woodward High School, and they're not able to make it, so when their name is called, they're not going to be here, and I will make sure to get them all their stuff. So, the rookie team is from Woodward. Let's give them a Okay, the third place team is Lieutenant Colonel Crow, and it's third place, Edmond North High School. Here we come.
All right, for Edmond North, we've got Larson Ramsey, we got Grant Parker, Earl Lanswick, Gibson Bacchus, and Sam Turvey. Also recognize our technical mentor out here, wherever he went. I think he left. Ernie Sanchez. So there he is. All right.
All right, we're talking Stellar Explorers. Second place, Charles from Francis Total Technology Center.
So this team is actually very special to me because they all joined Stellar Explorers back when they were in 7th and 8th grade. So it's been a while. And now the oldest is a junior. So it's just like, wow, one more great year to look forward to next year. The team captain, Olivia Doe. To her right, it would be Andrew Sampson, Evan Goodson, Ethan Doe, and Ethan Solano. Thank you very much.
Charles is going to stay up. We got first place from Francis Total Technology Center.
So this is our first place team. Team captain, Joshua DePoda, Adam Wanbarger, Tyler Afonian, and Braden Deeds. Thank you.
All right, now we move on to the national qualifier. Top teams in the qualifying round advance to the semifinals, and from there, the best of the best, top 10, advance to an all-expense-paid trip to the national finals competition for Stellar Explorers. A top 10 team that we had from Oklahoma was from Woodward High School. Just show 'em the flag. Just show 'em the flag. So I'll add that to the other stuff and make sure it gets to them. Each team member was also going to receive a medal and a scholarship from OSU. But not all of those go to them. Half of them goes to Nick, those scholarships. So the national qualifier team got a plaque, they get a first place medal, and they get a $1,000 scholarship from OSU. Okay, now we're going to highlight the top high school team for Cyber Patriot. This team is also receiving a scholarship from OSU, a $1,000 scholarship. It's the Central Technology Center High School team. Could you please come forward?
Being slackers gets you scholarships. That's a first. But again, Jacob Estes, Jeffrey Gonzalez, Gavin Howe, Garrett Parks, and Wyatt Johnson. I'm going to go a little bit off script here for just a second. When I looked at all the award winners from this evening, a name stuck out as doing an outstanding job, and that's Lieutenant Colonel Thomas. Please. I would like to recognize Lieutenant Colonel Thomas for the work he has done over the years. From bringing his teams to the dinner, the first time that we've done this, his team did not win any awards, but he brought them to show what winning an award could look like. To winning and receiving so many awards this evening. The classroom time, the after-school hours, and the summer camps. So, Colonel Thomas, I'd just like to say thank you and give you one of our state coins.
right, closing comments. I got 1 minute, I think, to read this paragraph. On behalf of our chapter, we offer our congratulations to all the Oklahoma Cyber Patriot, Oklahoma Cup, and Stellar Explorer award winners. The Garrity chapter could not be more pleased with your hard work and the tremendous achievements this year. Each competitor here today and all who competed throughout Oklahoma will have the ability to build upon and utilize their skills to contribute to our nation's future success by filling important and much needed STEM career opportunities. It is our pledge as the Garrity chapter, as the State of Oklahoma Garrity, State of Oklahoma AFA, and the National Air and Space Forces Association to support and help mentor all of you to the best of our abilities. I would like to thank all the people that helped organize this evening's event. There were numerous people involved, and without their support, this could not have been possible. We've received funding from 3 sources for this. The first one is the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics. We receive a grant every year from them to put this event on. We also receive a grant from the Air Warrior Courage Foundation, which were fighter pilots in Vietnam. And this year, we received a grant from NASA. They gave some money to the spaceport that wasn't able to use it, and it was we put in and we received some funds for it. So we bought the awards for the next 3 years with that. So that helps. We'd like to thank the Career Technology Center and Career Tech for hosting us here and all it takes to put this on. We want to make a special thanks to the 11 or 12 IT students that are here filming and putting it out on the web, so you'll be able to go out and find it later and see the whole event. So we want to thank the IT students that are here. And if you like the catering, and if you have an event that you'd like to have catered, Joseph's is our caterer for this evening. So that was pretty good. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this evening's event, and once again, thank you.